The city was alive that evening, car horns blaring, street vendors shouting, and neon lights flickering against the wet pavement after a long drizzle. People hurried past each other, their umbrellas bobbing in the crowd. But among them walked a young woman named Maya Thompson. Her shoulders slouched, her steps heavy, and her mind weighed down by problems far bigger than the rain. Maya was only 26, but life had already taught her struggle. She had once been full of dreams of becoming a designer, of having her own apartment, of building a better life than the one she grew up with. But those dreams were now buried under overdue bills, rejection letters, and the constant fear of losing the little she had left. She had been unemployed for 2 months. Her landlord was already threatening eviction, and in her purse, the only money she had left in the world was a single $5 bill. Just $5. Barely enough for a sandwich, or maybe tomorrow's bus fare. That night, she planned to spend it carefully. She thought, I'll buy something small to eat, save half for the morning, and somehow get through the week. But fate had other plans. As she approached a convenience store, her stomach growled, reminding her of the dinner she had skipped the night before. Just as her hand touched the door, a trembling voice cut through the noise of the street. Please, can anyone spare some change? Maya turned. Sitting against the cold wall was an elderly woman, wrapped in a tattered coat, clutching a thin blanket that was no match for the night chill. Her gray hair was messy, her shoes worn out, and her hands trembled as if even holding the blanket took strength. Dozens of people passed her by, businessmen in suits, teenagers, laughing, couples holding hands. Not one of them stopped. Some turned their heads away, others shook their heads impatiently. The old woman's eyes lifted slowly and landed on Maya. There was no anger in them, only a desperate kind of hope. Maya's heart sank. She looked down at her purse. Just $5. That was all. If she gave it away, she would have nothing, not even enough to eat. Her mind screamed at her to keep walking. You can't afford this, Maya. You need this money more than anyone. But another voice, softer yet stronger, whispered from deep inside her mother's voice. Even in your darkest hour, kindness will never go to waste. Maya swallowed hard. Slowly, she walked over to the old woman, knelt down, and pressed the bill into her frail hand. It's not much, Maya whispered, her voice shaking. But please, buy something warm tonight. The old woman's eyes widened in shock. Tears welled up as she clutched the money tightly. Bless you, child. Bless your heart, she whispered, her voice breaking. Maya smiled faintly, stood up quickly, and hurried away before her own tears spilled. She spent that night hungry, but strangely, she didn't regret her choice. She had lost her last $5, but she felt she had gained something else, something she couldn't quite explain. The next morning, Maya woke early. She had a job interview at a major firm downtown, her last chance at stability. Her outfit was clean but worn, her resume printed on paper she had borrowed from a friend. She had no money for breakfast, no money for the bus. She walked for nearly an hour, her shoes soaked from puddles, her stomach empty, but her determination unshaken. Finally, she reached the tall glass building that towered over the city. Nervous but hopeful, she stepped inside. The receptionist greeted her politely and escorted her to the top floor. Maya's hands trembled as she clutched her resume. This interview could decide her future. The office door opened. Maya stepped in and froze. Behind a massive oak desk, dressed in an elegant suit, sat the same elderly woman she had helped the night before. Only now, she looked completely different. Her posture was confident, her face composed, her eyes sharp with intelligence and warmth. Maya's heart raced. Was this real? The woman smiled knowingly. Good morning, Miss Thompson. Please, have a seat. Maya sat slowly, her mind spinning. The woman leaned forward. You don't recognize me, do you? Maya's lips parted, but no sound came out. The woman chuckled softly. Last night, I was on the street, dressed in rags. But that was no accident. My name is Eleanor Grant. I'm the founder and CEO of this company. From time to time, I disguise myself and sit among the people, to see the truth of their hearts. Most walk past without a glance, but you gave me your last $5. Maya's eyes widened in shock. Her voice cracked. That was you. Yes, Eleanor said firmly. You gave away the little you had, even when you needed it yourself. That kind of compassion, that kind of strength, cannot be taught. And that's the kind of person I want leading in my company. Tears filled Maya's eyes. I don't know what to say. Eleanor's smile softened. Say yes to the job, because I'm not just offering you a position. I'm offering you the chance to lead a project that will change lives. People like you deserve more than survival, you deserve the chance to thrive. Maya's chest tightened. Yesterday, she had nothing. Today, her life was changing before her eyes. Weeks later, Maya sat at a polished desk inside the same tall building. No longer a desperate young woman scraping by. She was now a project coordinator at Eleanor's new charitable foundation, one dedicated to helping the homeless and struggling families. She never forgot the moment she gave away her last $5. She never forgot the hunger, the fear, the uncertainty. But most importantly, she never forgot how that single act of kindness had come back to her in ways she could never have imagined. Every time she passed someone in need, Maya stopped, because she knew better than anyone. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness has the power to turn a life completely upside down. And it all began with just $5 and a choice to help. Moral: kindness given in your weakest moment is the purest kind. It may leave you with less in the present, but it can return to you in ways that change your future forever.